Yo, 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 yo. Oh, man, I think there was a pretty decent looking inverse fair value gap set up to the downside happening right now. All the way down to the data lows, I'm gonna guess is gonna hit. Stop to break even has to be at this low right here, but I think it's probably gonna work. Guys, I'm not personally taking a trade on any cash accounts until 2 o'clock. I've told you guys that already, but I don't think this is a half bad eval account play. I would do small size because it's right at market open and this could absolutely rip against you, so you have to be super careful. But I think it's actually not half bad. Yo, what's up? Glock's out. Morning, bro. Robert, right? So, this is tough, guys, because I don't like to take trades right at market open. Let's go. All right, make sure. I just want to make sure, Robert. So I don't like to take trades right at market open always. In fact, almost never do I like to take them, but, you can see we're kind of in the start of an intraday sell program here, and we do have these targets below us that I do want to hit. Now, the only reason that I'm a little bit more skeptical with this is A, because it's right at market open, B, we have FOMC minutes later today, so I don't really want to take a setup on a real account until then. So everything then, until then, I kind of view as manipulative. Wow, that was a big stutter. Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, so everything I view before then is like more manipulative than anything. However, I do think this is not bad. If you guys want to try this with one contract, like size a third of your normal position, and I would aim for these equal lows and the data lows right here. But I don't think this is half bad at all. I am going to log into an eval account for this trade, and I'm going to take it with a 1 micro. I'm not taking it with big size. You guys can enter from anywhere. I mean, technically this is the entry. You could have entered on this green candle. You could enter anywhere here because you're pretty much still at the entry. But your stop loss would have to be a 1 minute close back above this fair value gap. So I'm in this, guys. And my stop loss, again, is going to be a 1 minute close back above this fair value gap. So the risk reward is not great. I mean, it's not bad, though. But the reason I'm only sizing with one contract here, and again, this is on eval only. I trade cash in the afternoon. The reason being is because if we are wrong here, the market pretty much just opened. I mean, it's been 15 minutes, give or take. But this should just deliver cleanly here. My stop to break even will be at this low right here. So stop to break even. Oh, I don't even have that on the thing. But this is going to be where my stop moves to break even. Okay. If I get it. If not, I'm going to get stopped for a 4-to-1 play, which I'm fine with. And again, this is on eval only. My cash account trades will come in the afternoon. I'm hoping that these lows get swept and then we get an upside trade. That's what I'm hoping for, but again, we don't know for sure yet. So as soon as this hits, guys, again, my stop's at break even. My entry is like right here at this candle's high, so but I think this could be a pretty sizable move down if it ends up following through, obviously. But this low is where my stop to break even goes. And so if I get stopped out on this trade afterwards, so be it. But I still think this is pretty good. Again, I'm sizing 1/3 of the way I normally size because of the fact that it's pretty much right at market open and because it's FOMC minutes later on. So I know there can be manipulation on a day like this. So my guess is that we're probably going to come back to this high to try and scare traders out of the trade. Maybe it ends up closing above on the 1 minute, but we'll see. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, this chart looks a little bit better. Wait, what is the difference here? Oh, it's the same chart, never mind. So again, guys, if I get stopped out, it's fine. Again, it's a 1/3 position, but I still think it's pretty good. Does my camera look blurry? I don't know. So we just tapped into 830, so I'm fine with that. I would love to see this be like the internal high for the day and then it sweep and go lower here. Just want to check, guys, if there's any equal highs anywhere that I'm missing. Ooh, okay, so K, if you're in here right now, I think he is. So when I was talking about equal highs, if you have like 2 candles right next to each other, 1, 2, I don't care so much about the equal highs. But if you have 2 candles that are far apart, like this candle right here and this candle right here, these are perfect equal highs. So those I care a lot more about, right? Because they're far apart. So when you guys ever see equal highs in the market, I always talk about them being a magnet for price. Okay, hopefully this dumps here, guys. So I talk about them being a magnet for price. This is the reason, right? When they're far apart, the equal highs become much stronger. So this actually is a little bit nerve-wracking for my trade, but I think at minimum we should hit the break-even point. So hopefully it'll be a break-even trade, but we'll see. Got that bedhead this morning. You guys can hear me okay, right? Just making sure. Wow, they're really stalling this. But you can see a perfect delivery from the 830 open, which came from this candle right here. Hopefully we reject from this point. And again, my stop to break even comes at this low. Anyone else in this short, or are you guys too scared to take it? Again, guys, you understand the risk, what I'm risking personally, the sizing. I think another thing that they may do here, so I've seen this happen before where it just delivers, okay? This type of a setup in the morning. But another thing they can do, sometimes they drive the market up above this high right here. Then they'll bring it down, they'll drive it up one more time, and then they'll dump the markets. But the other problem is, guys, there's FOMC meeting minutes today, so it's tough to know for sure when they're going to do the delivery of the sell side. But I think possibly, guys, today we'll come up to these equal highs too, and then come down to these lows. I don't know, but I think overall, I think today is going to be a net sell day. I'm guessing that today is going to be a net sell day. Okay, there's a stop to break even, guys. So if you're in this trade, you're in that trade from up here, obviously, your stop should be at break even. Because if we are wrong here, this is not going to continue. It's going to reverse back to the upside. I think it's going to continue lower. And again, my target is the data lows and these lows right here. So again, guys, in my eval, I am at stop to break even here. My stop to break even is right here on this candle. Right here. If you guys want to book some profits, you're welcome to. Why you would do that, I don't know. There's not really any reason to, right? If we look at all these, I mean, there technically is a sell side that we just swept. So if you want to, you can. But I personally think that if this is going to deliver, it's going to deliver all the way down. So for me, there's no reason. So only Robert's in it. K's not in it, or whoever else is in here. Whoa, Tesla is pumping. Look at this, guys. Did you guys see my X post about Tesla? I said that we formed a pin bar on the weekly chart and that this is likely going to go up and test at minimum 390 to 400, so this area. Okay, so I'm looking at the 15-second here, guys. This looks pretty darn good to the upside, I'm not going to lie. Again, it's a 15-second chart. But knowing the manipulation of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up working. So if you want to close your position out, if that closes above, I would suggest to do so. I think that's fine. But up to you. Or just keep your stop at break even, whatever you prefer. So hopefully this is not, hopefully we close back below here, right? I don't want to see this come back up because that to me signals probably going to be very bullish here. Don't really like that. Uh-oh. So we're probably going to get stopped even for break even on this trade, guys, unfortunately, but that's all right. Again, could I be wrong? Yes, but I think we're probably going to get stopped at break even. I'm just looking at the 15-second again, and it looks like we're getting a pretty bullish reaction. So if you want, you can even reverse your trade on the 15-second, but I'm not going to do that personally. Okay, guys, I'm about to get stopped for break even. Let's see if I do. Right. Missed it by a tick. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. I got stopped. Never mind. Okay, so that's a stop for break even on my first trade, guys. And, yeah. Again, I'm happy with the break even. Way better than a loss. Yeah, I think it was a great trade, Warriors, for Robert. I really do. And I think if we're wrong here, this is probably going to deliver us all the way back up to buy side. That's my guess. Or at minimum to this 830 high, so we'll see. So I'm going to delete this, obviously. So everyone who was in that, that was a stop to break even. Now I'm guessing this high is coming back, this high, and potentially the high of day. Okay, what do you mean no IFEG? There is an IFEG on the 15 and the 30 second. Again, I don't take them personally, but I use them sometimes to just see if my trade is going to follow through. Okay, so it looks like it might have done that thing where it comes up and stops people out who enter on this down leg of price and then goes back down. I don't know. But it is what it is, guys. I'm not going to force anything today, especially with FOMC meeting minutes later. That is when I will be taking my full-size trades, assuming that we get an A+ setup and that we still have obvious liquidity. So I'll be looking for these equal highs later today or the data lows. We'll see. So if this ends up going without me, guys, am I going to cry and complain? No. At the end of the day, what I care more about is protecting my capital. And if that means getting stopped at break even on some of my trades, that's fine. You guys see the 15 second I'm looking at here? We swept liquidity to the downside and we in versus 15. Now, will I take this trade personally? No. But you can see here that we're still holding it. And yeah. But yeah, my goal, guys, is to stay alive. This is a extremely difficult market to trade. Obviously, when Trump talks and just Trump presidencies in general with a lot of uncertainties, if you want to call them that, it ends up having the market behave in odd ways. Not always, but a lot of the times, and you just want to be careful. So you can see now that the 15 second actually failed. So this could end up going to the downside here still. Definitely, if your stop is not at break even at this low, it should be if you decided to hold that trade. I did not. But if this ends up sweeping this low, we'll probably deliver all the way down. But again, survival, right? Live to trade another day. That's the most important thing. All right, let's quickly look at the rest of the market, see what we're seeing. Tesla with a 2.7% push. I like to see that. I told you guys when we swept below this sell side liquidity on the daily that this was going to be a very good spot to add for the long term. I posted that in the Discord as well. I believe, if not, it was on X. But for those of you who are in Tesla, we were in this from all the way down here, so that doesn't matter. And in the 200s. I think this is a good spot to start selling puts. If you are, I mean, it's kind of already late because we've already had a push, but I told you guys this is a good spot to do so. And I think we're probably going to test the 380s to 400 level on Tesla. So that's nice. What about the rest of the markets? HIMS up 16%. Celsius up 13%. Wow, that's surprising. Wow. Okay, so this, guys, I might call us a play on this in the Discord. I actually think this is pretty good. Very bullish reaction. We have LRLR here. I think this is probably going to break to the upside. So I'll call that in the Discord. If you guys are in there, you'll see it. Enphase up 5%. Beautiful. Wow, very nice. This is another one, guys. I've been selling puts on this. We are up beautifully on these now. But I'm going to start looking for longs on this pretty soon. Mondelez International. I'm going to call a play on this. I already did in the Discord. So for those of you guys who know it, we'll be waiting for it. And yeah, we'll see what we get. Intel, Shake Shack. Ulta's down. Interesting. All right. Evan Lucas just accidentally bought 170,000 shares. Good thing it was a paper trade, bro. Just kidding. Your broker would never allow you to do that. Super interesting day, though. Very interesting how this all looks. do 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 do. Do 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 do. Home. Oh, we go home. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at some previous sell days just to see if this could potentially be something similar to what we've had in the past. But yeah, I still think this is probably going to drop. I still think it is. I can't find anything specific that's like, because we're at all-time highs, so it's pretty tough. But I still think this looks pretty good. I just think there'll probably be some manipulation beforehand. I don't think they're going to deliver it super cleanly like this, especially with the equal highs above us and FOMC later today. Yeah, like I'm thinking that this is probably inducement and that they're going to bring the market back up here. That's my guess. Whoa, what just happened? My computer screen just went black. Can you guys still see my screen? Okay, good, okay. Alright, so if you're in this trade still, guys, if you held this inverse and didn't get stopped out for break even, unfortunately, I got stopped out by like a tick. Again, how many times that happens to me, it's unreal, but it's the name of the game, guys. And now you can see this is delivering. Your stop for sure should be at break even now, because if we're going to deliver, it's just going to go, I think. Robert, are you still in this? Tell me you didn't get tell me you got stopped out for break even, bro. I'd be happy for you if it's working, but I'd also would be upset that you didn't stop the trade out. Okay, good, bro. Yeah, again, guys, it's just the name of the game. Like, if I won this trade, I wouldn't be happy, and the reason being is because I didn't follow my rules. That is the best thing you can do in this industry, is following your plan. Okay, if you don't follow your plan and you lose, or and you win, it's not really a win because you didn't follow your model. But I have a feeling, guys, what they're gonna do today, this is my guess, okay? My guess is that they're gonna bring the market down to these data lows and that we get a bullish setup into the afternoon and that FOMC targets these equal highs, and then maybe we touch into midnight and we dump again. So another thing they could do too, guys, is they could leave these Like they could come down close to the data lows, maybe not sweep them, then go back up, take these equal highs during the FOMC meeting minutes, and then we can get a rejection later. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen. So we'll see. I can't believe it, bro. But you guys see how why I like this setup? We swept liquidity. We were in an intraday sell model. We had the data lows below that I wanted. I think this was good. And yeah, unfortunately, you get stopped out sometimes. It's the name of the game. Hey guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I had to change sweaters. That thing was way too hot. But it's cold in my room still, so I gotta keep something on, you know. Okay, so still nothing, guys. Again, I think that these are probably going to hit, and then after that, we'll probably look for an upside setup. That's my guess, because I want these equal highs, and I'm guessing they're going to happen in the afternoon session. What we'll probably do is come up slowly, chop around, and then FOMC minutes deliver us up to them. So this is my game plan for today. Okay, so I'm looking for something like this. Then I think it's going to chop around until FOMC. Then we're going to manipulate up, and then get a setup back down. You guys see this? Take notes for, again, this is not a game plan for what the setup is going to be, but this is what I think is going to happen today. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But this is what I think is probably going to go down. Maybe we end up tapping into the 50%. But pay attention for something like this. And again, that's going to be in the private stream. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. There's a link for the Discord if you guys want to join in the description. But I have to keep something for them because obviously they're paying. So, also, guys, remember what I said yesterday? I thought that we were going to have a manipulation down from the hourly fair value gap. So it turned out it wasn't, not a manipulation, a reversal, a 2022 model short. So it ended up happening not at the hourly fair value gap, but it ended up being in the 15 above it. And you can see in the Asia session right here, I bet you there was a really good setup. But unfortunately, I was asleep, so I couldn't have taken anything. And you can see a beautiful looking setup right here. Well, it's not amazing, but there's something right here you could have taken. Probably would have gotten stopped out, and then maybe on this set of down close candles, this IFEG, I probably would have taken this again. Stop to break even at this low, and then I would have taken it all the way down. Maybe taken a partial here, and then held the rest. Oh, so beautiful. I really want to chase a short here, but I'm not going to, even though I think these lows are coming. What a shame, guys, getting stopped out by a tick. What a shame. Story of my life, huh? Story of my life. Okay, Okay, guys, again, pay attention. This is what's coming. This data low right here. Will they manipulate us first in the morning session? I don't know. But unless there's an A+ setup, guys, I'm not taking it. Just remember, this market is designed to induce FOMO. It's designed to make you click buttons. Could this work? Absolutely. But is there an A+ setup here? No. This was the setup, and it didn't fail. It was a break-even stop. So I personally am not going to enter anything just because I want to. But you can see also, guys, that the hourly inverse to the downside, so we rejected here, hourly inverse. There actually was an hourly IFEG right here that we closed below. This was technically an entry on the hourly, but I never take hourly setups, so I would have looked for something within here to take. If I had been late to the trade, if I didn't take the short up here, I would have looked for something in this green candle, this manipulation. And there probably was something A+ there. Oh, I hate having to watch these go without me. Sucks, but... if you guys really feel the need to chase, I would suggest you only do it with 1 micro if you're going to do it. Would I do it? I'm not even going to do it with 1 micro. Okay, that's not my style. I like to take A+ setups. Even if it's a micro contract, I'll take an a setup that's at least close to A+. Okay, this is not A+. So we're touching into the 0.2 of the weekly. Let me just see if anything's changed on this. No, so this is still that high of the week. So I want the 0.3 to come. So I'm guessing that they're coming up to retest the 0.2 and then it's going to reject here. But I could absolutely be wrong, guys. So maybe if we end up sweeping this little high right here and we get a little tiny IFEG, we can try it with 1 micro. But ultimately, I think these data lows are coming, like I said before. So what I think is maybe going to happen here, guys, is they give us a manipulation leg up, and then maybe we get a setup. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen. Could I be wrong? Obviously, but Never, guys, never, never, never just try and short a bearish fair value gap. Because could it work? Yes, we are technically in a sell model right now, and this should work in theory. But a lot of the times they manipulate the market and they give you a setup later. So you have to be patient. The best you can do for yourself, I promise you. Are these perfectly equal? No, we swept by a tick. How is ES doing? Let's check on ES quick. Wow, guys, look at the volume on ES. Do you guys see how these candles look? Like, this literally looks like a robotic price action. Do you guys see how robotic that looks? That is gross. But it should still... Let me see, how is it comparing? They're about the same as far as relative strength. But yeah, ES is gross. So happy that nobody trades that. Or do you guys trade it? Okay, so technically there is a 1 minute inverse here. Technically this is a 1 minute inverse. Now would I take this? No, my bias is bearish, right? I'm not looking to take an IFEG to the upside. But technically this should hit this high. That would be your stop to break even. And then who knows, maybe it'll reverse here. I don't know. But not a setup that I would personally take. And by the way, this isn't even a valid entry anymore because we never closed above the IFEG and we already hit the high. So to me, this is not a good setup. So you guys can see we are delivering from a 5 minute fair value gap and we have a 5 minute IFEG here. This is a little bit stronger of a PD array than a 1 minute. I still wouldn't take it, guys, because my bias is bearish to the data lows. But keep an eye out for that. Oh, let me see something quick. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're rejecting from the 5. You guys can see that we're wicking from it. There is a 1 minute IFEG here. What do you guys think? Should we try this with 1 micro? This 1 minute setup, we close in a few seconds. Let's see if it ends up closing below. Okay, so no close below so far. Is this an A plus IFEG? Absolutely not. But because my bias is down and I'm willing to try it with 1, because my bias is down and it's a decent looking IFEG after sweeping liquidity, I wouldn't say it's half bad. Did we create equal highs here? No, we did not. So I'm going to try this with 1 micro on my eval account if it ends up closing below and still gives us a good RR. Again, is this A plus, guys? Absolutely not. But I still think it's not half bad. Whoops. Short setup. Stop would be around right here. Take profit would be all the way down at data lows. Again, guys, not A+, but I think it's worth a shot if we get the close below. Okay, so no close below. See how the bodies are holding the fair value gap? What would you guys rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? If I wasn't here, what would you guys give this setup? A 7? I'd give it, yeah, I'd probably give it a 6. But nonetheless, it's still not terrible. Okay, so I'm going to take this with 1 micro, guys. 1 micro, I repeat, 1 micro. Stop loss will be right around here. Take profit will be all the way down at the data lows. Again, do I expect this to work cleanly? No. But it's worth a shot with 1 micro. Yeah, the RR is good. Don't get me wrong. It's actually a little bit lower, right? My entry was right here. Still a 4-to-1 RR, so I like it. But as soon as probably this low hits, maybe this low, I'll move my stop to break even. Yeah, this is going to be my break even stop right here. In black. Again, this could easily be a loss, guys. I'm fully expecting it because this is not A+. It's a 6 out of 10. It's being taken with 1 micro contract. That's it. Stop loss will be a 1-minute close back above here. So far, guys, we have 1 break-even trade on the day. And again, this is probably, I'm going to guess it's going to be a loss. I'm fully accepting that it's going to be a loss. But the RR is good enough for me to be willing to take it. I do like that we're stabbing up here first, though, because if this ends up dumping, it's probably just going to collapse. If we didn't stab into the 1 minute, then it would be a little bit more likely for us to come back and get stopped at break even. So we'll see. What's up, Charlie? Good morning, brother. So if you guys are really risk averse, okay, if you don't want to get stopped out for a loss, if this low gets swept, I would suggest moving your stop to break even. But that is totally up to you. Okay, if you guys do not want to get stopped out for a loss, if this low gets swept, I would move my stop to break even. I'm not going to do it personally. This is 1 micro, so I don't care. But no, they'll drop it when you're out of the trade. I could care less. It doesn't matter to me, guys. I'm not going to get upset or emotional if something moves without me. But I think this is decent enough to take with 1 micro. And hopefully if I'm wrong, hopefully I get stopped out before we hit the full loss, right? If we close like right up here, I'm going to cancel the trade before the stop loss gets hit. Yeah, Charlie, with 1 micro on an eval account, because again, you guys know this, but the real cash trading session will be at FOMC meeting minutes, which happens today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so we got less than 30 seconds till this candle close. I'm hoping this holds, but we'll see. Yeah, so the Discord stream is happening at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's not going to be on YouTube. But that's going to be what I trade with a cash account. This is all eval and it's micros because we have FOMC meeting minutes later. That is what's going to move the market, not what's happening now. We're basically trying our luck on something potentially that would potentially work. Let me move my face to the other side, guys, so that you can see the TP stop loss and break even. So it's a $300 risk to make $1,200 if this is a cash account. So if I was in this trade in a real account, this is what it would look like. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a stop out, guys. We'll see, though. So the body so far is still holding the fair value gap, so there's no reason to exit the trade yet. The body of the candle is still holding the IFEG. You guys see that? And it's still holding. So this is like the final leg in the sand. This needs to drop now. If it doesn't drop, I'm going to get stopped. And I'm keeping a hard stop on this, guys, because if I'm wrong, it's just going to blast through our stop loss. Okay, so the bodies are still holding. I think the odds of this working are slim now because this is rebalancing pretty strongly, but hopefully it still works. We'll see. If you guys are risk averse, guys, and this ends up dropping down here, I would move your stop to break even. Personally, I'm going to hold it until this low gets swept. But you can do what you want. Again, this is not a real account. If this is a cash account and we ended up dumping here below this Wix low, I would move my stop to break even for sure. Because I'm not as confident with where we are right now that it's going to continue down. I still think it probably will, but you have to be super careful. Okay, so guys, if this ends up sweeping below this low, if you're in a cash account, which I hope you're not, because this is not a cash account trade, I would definitely move my stop to break even. But you can see so far the IFEG is holding. All the bodies are respecting the inverse, so I do like that. But who knows what will happen here. We're still in heavy premium of this whole range. Well, now we're not, but we're in heavy premium of this whole range, so that's fine. We are in discount of this technically, but we inverse the hourly to the downside in the 15-minute. So I think this is probably going to dump, but again, I could easily be wrong, so. Oh, look at that, guys. It looks like we're pulling up again. So again, if I get stopped on this, guys, that will be one loss on an eval account. But no cash account trades have been taken today, as I said before. So if this ends up closing above, guys, I'm going to move my stop. If I don't get stopped out already, my stop is going to go above this wick. So I'm just going to keep my stop where it is, pretty much. is what I'm trying to say. All right, so there's the stop out, guys. Again, was that A+? I told you guys before I took the trade, it's a 6 out of 10. Was not A+. It's not a cash account, only eval. But nonetheless, it was an IFEG. We do have downside liquidity, so maybe we'll get a setup afterwards, but... That is called managing risk, guys. Not every trade is going to be a winner, but as long as you keep your losers small and your winners larger, you end up profiting. Over time, guys. You notice how I don't get scared or sad or on tilt if it's one trade, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, we're looking at what is 100 trades? How does 100 trades perform in our portfolio? If you guys look at the stats, just on this eval that we're on, look at the stats on this account. This is over a month's time. Look how we incrementally go up over time. If you're, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's an eval, if it's a funded, whatever it is, if your accounts do not incrementally go up over time, then you're probably not going to be profitable. You want to be able to go slowly, right? You don't want to see huge fluctuations up and down. That means you're oversizing or you're not managing a risk. But you can see over a month that I've had this eval, it's a slow climb all the way up. Right, even if I take a loss, the losses are incrementally small, so. Wow, big push here. So you see why I like taking hard stops, and this is why this is kind of like a screen time thing, right? I know if we don't deliver down here, we're probably going to pump up and stop out a bunch of shorts. So the risk was right here as a hard stop. But again, technically, the 1 minute close above right here was your stop. So either way, you would have been stopped for a small loss. Wow, Nike is pumping. Wow, look at this pump, guys. So again, guys, I'm probably gonna keep this this YouTube short, this YouTube live somewhat short. Maybe we'll go until the. I'll go until the 11:50 macro, and then the real live account stream will be at 2 p.m. and that's in the Discord, obviously. But I'm not gonna keep this live stream too long because there's probably not going to be anything great that happens until FOMC minutes. Yo, good morning, Robert. How are you, bro? Let's check out Nike quick. Whew. Look at these movements, guys. So remember I always talk about change in the state of delivery. If we can end up blasting above this high at 81, that's going to be a change in market structure for me. Finally, after all of these lower highs and lower lows from 2021. Again, guys, we added this in the Discord between 70 and 73, and now we're having a huge pump. If this ends up blasting above, we should end up retesting and going higher. And I think ultimately this is the draw on liquidity for Nike. So if you're looking for a setup, this is A+. Easy trades, good morning, bro. So again, guys, for you that are just tuning in, everything today, not everything today, currently on this YouTube live stream, this is an eval account only session because we have FOMC meeting minutes later today. That is going to be when the market actually drives to its liquidity, and that's when I'm going to use a cash count, and that's going to be in the Discord. So live stream on YouTube this morning, and then live stream in the Discord later on today. And that's where I'm going to be taking real trades. Woo! Yeah, you guys you do not have to sign up for, I told you guys this before, you don't have to sign up for any Discords. They're not necessary. It's just if you want to be part of a community and you want to see me trade live, then you're welcome to, but you don't need it. Everything you can learn about IFEGs, about ICT, about liquidity, about fair value gaps, everything is on YouTube, and it's absolutely free. So you do not need any communities to end up being profitable. Every community that I personally joined in the beginning. Well, I didn't know about ICT, but I joined a bunch of really dumb communities, unfortunately. But none of them ended up teaching me anything about profitability, to be honest. Until I stumbled across people that were knowledgeable in ICT and inverse for value gaps and liquidity and macro times and new week opening gaps. Until I got that, nothing helped me personally. Okay, so there was a 5-minute close above here. All teachers, no good traders out there. I mean, yeah, for the most part, you're right. I do know a few really good ones, though, but most of them are not. Okay, so we did technically get a 5-minute inverse to the upside here. Am I taking this? Personally, no. Even though I think it's possible that we go up first, my bias is the data lows here, and I think ultimately these will be the draw today. So what I'll be paying attention for, guys, if you're not going to be in the live stream later in the Discord, because obviously you don't have to be, but I think there's probably going to be some manipulation to the upside, and then if they leave the data low. So if we don't sweep these, and FOMC meeting minutes drive us higher to these equal highs in midnight, I'm looking for a manipulation to drive us down to the data lows. So we'll see what we get. Binoche, because all of the no, it's easy to milk subscription money from users. Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a subscription coming from somebody who has one. But again, like I say, you guys don't need it. I try and live stream here as much as possible, but I have to be fair to the people who do want to be part of the community. But you don't need it. Everything that I learned about IFEGs, I personally learned through YouTube and through Twitter. I did not pay a cent. But it did take me a long time. So the only reason I would suggest it is if you want to speed up the process. But again, you do not need it. Just make sure you're following people that are credible, that understand the models. And yeah, that's all I would suggest. Don't look at... So actually a few of the people I've been coaching, a lot of them are really passionate, but they have both said that they look at a bunch of different videos and they study everything and trying to soak up all the knowledge they can. Pick 1 or 2 really good traders that you know are good. And I don't know how you can determine that, whether it be they're just how well you think they trade or how good their analysis is, whatever it may be, however you determine that. Pick 1 or 2 that you know are good and just follow them. Don't watch every person and their mother's setups because not everybody understands the model, in my opinion. If they're giving value for their subs, still okay. Yeah, for a lot of them, no. Alright, so technically, guys, this 5-minute is still working to the upside. I actually don't think this is bad to the upside now, but again, my bias is bearish, so I'm not personally looking to trade this, but I don't think this is a bad setup. Maybe to target this high right here, and then probably the equal highs later in the day. Who knows? But the setup would look kind of like this right now. Again, guys, I only take trades that align with my bias, so this is not for me. But this could happen today, right now. Again, if you think these equal highs and internal buy set are going to hit first today, then this is not a bad setup. But because my bias is still bearish, I'm not taking this. Does that make sense, guys? But it is a pretty good signal that we're wicking out of the 5, right, to go higher. If you're in this, guys, I would move my stop to break even when this high hits. Again, guys, my job is not to tell you what setups to take. Could this work? Absolutely. Do I think it's probably going to work? Honestly, I would give this like I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Just because it's a 5-minute IFEG. And there's a lot of people who are short this market right now. But yeah, I don't think it's something I will take personally. In fact, I know it's not something I will take personally, but if you are in this, guys, I would take it with a very small size. Just because of the nature of today. If this was any other market, I would probably take this full size. But because of FOMC, because my bias is bearish, it's not for me. But I would definitely move my stop to break even at this high. If it's given. Do, 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 do. Is anybody taking this 5-minute inverse? Words for Shu is not taking it. Good, bro. If it doesn't fit your bias, guys, I don't suggest you take a trade. Another thing that could happen here too is we come back down, sweep the wick low, trade to the bottom of the 5-minute IFVG, and then go higher. Like, there's just too many things here. Not just the candlesticks, but the nature of the day that just make me not want to take this. But you guys can do whatever you want. Right? You probably were sweating really hard here when this wick came down, but this to me looks like it's stopping out liquidity to the downside and then taking us at minimum up to this high and this high right here. So if you're in this, guys, I would probably take a profit here at this wick. Right here. If you end up getting the, an upside move here. But of course, stop to break even at this high. I'm going to guess it's going to be a big green candle here to take this out. At minimum, this high right here is my guess. So we did just sweep this high. We have not swept that yet. So technically, I would not move my stop to break even here if you're in this long. But I think once this high gets swept, stop to break even is necessary. Because if you're wrong, this is just going to collapse. Did ES sweep its high? Let's see on the 1 minute. No, it did not. ES is much weaker right now than NQ. So be careful for an SMT, right? If NQ sweeps its high and ES does not, have to be super careful with that. So this is the stop to break even, like I said. Okay, so that should be a stop to break even, guys, if you're in this long. So I have a short and a long position. So here, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, okay? I believe that ultimately the draw today is going to be the data lows, which come right here. We did take a IFVG setup to the downside and it failed, but it was on eval, guys, because today is not cash account until FOMC meeting minutes. So I should have deleted it off the chart. But now we inverse this 5 minutes, so I'm guessing that this is going to come up and sweep this high and this high. That's what I ultimately think the draw is going to be today. So, or in the morning session. And then maybe we get a manipulation up and then down. So rewind the video, guys. You'll see I drew a game plan of what I think the candlesticks are going to do today. But ultimately, this low, I think, is coming. How we get there, I don't know. But if we end up sweeping these highs during FOMC meeting minutes, maybe we touch into midnight, I'm going to look for an A+ IFVG up here to go short to the data lows. And then, of course, guys, for those of you who are just tuning in, I don't know how many of you that is, but my voice keeps cracking. The cash account session, the live trading session, where I'm going to trade with the cash account is going to be at 2 p.m. and that'll be in the Discord. So your stop should be at break even now, guys, right? Because we touched it into this high. Stop should be at break even. We swept the high. Now, I think ultimately this is coming and then this high. But yeah, we have a long trading day, guys. I never ever stream twice in a day, but today I'm going to do it. And I think once this macro time ends, guys, the 11:50, I'm going to sign off. And then, yeah, I'll sign off for the day, and then we'll come back at 2 p.m. Okay, so there's that first. If you guys are in this, guys, I would probably take a partial at this high, just in case we have a manipulation. Guys, did I get to 1.5K subs? Let's see. I didn't even check. Oh! Let's go. Wow. That's actually crazy. Oh, so I'm at 1.5, guys. At 2,000, I've decided, guys. So at 2,000, I'm going to be raising the prices on the Discord. But until then, guys, I'm going to keep the price where it is. And yeah, I think that's probably it. I mean, as far as the live streams are concerned, I think at 2,000, I'll do another day. So I'll do 3 days in the Discord and 2 days on YouTube. But I still have to keep growing the community. So I'm going to keep streaming somewhat on YouTube. But most of the time, it's going to be on Discord. It's only fair for the people that are paying, and especially if I raise the prices. All right, guys, so there's the first high. Congrats if you took that. I did not. But yeah, so basically I'm loving what I'm seeing here as far as the liquidity to the downside. A lot of people that were short got smoked on this whole leg back up. And yeah, I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a manipulation, probably consolidate. This is what I'm going to guess is going to happen again. Consolidation in these general areas, then a manipulation for FOMC to the upside, and then hopefully we get a short to take us all the way down to the data lows later today. So screenshot this if you guys don't have it already on your charts, but this is what I think is going to happen. Could I be wrong? Obviously, but I think this is probably what I'm expecting to see. If I don't see something like this, I'll reevaluate, but I'm going to be looking for a setup up here during the FOMC meeting minutes. And I'm hoping the entry will be somewhere along here. Targeting the data lows will give us a almost 7-to-1 RR trade, which I really like. The IFVG should happen somewhere here, right? So we're going to trade below it, trade back into it, and then get the short. Does that make sense, guys? Type 1 if this makes sense. If why I'm expecting to see something like this. Oh, by the way, guys, I decided on I decided on a Model 3. So I ordered it yesterday. You guys see this? look at the little hedgehog. No, not the performance, Binoche. I do not care about that stuff. Yeah, I got the FSD though. That I care about. Damn, did you get it? Did you got yourself a deal? I mean, I love deals, guys, but I bought it new, so. Yeah, long range. Long range with FSD. I'm gonna black it out. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna black it out and get some tint. I'm gonna get some really nice rims for it. I wanted the Model Y, but like, bro. I told you guys yesterday, no matter how much money you or I ever make, I mean, for me at least, no matter how much money I make, I'm always gonna be frugal. So to spend, even if I lease it, bro, $700 a month for a Model Y, I think that's ridiculous. Sorry. As far as like car payments are concerned, I can't justify it unless I'm getting something really flashy just for business purposes. Like maybe if I get a Lambo, I'm willing to pay like $1,500 to $2,000 on a lease. But yeah, I'm gonna get. Well, I got the black color Binoche, but I want to take it to a shop and do like a matte with tinted with like a really nice carbon tint. Okay, so guys, if you are in this 5-minute IFEG, okay, I gave this, like I said, a 7 out of 10, and it ended up working to the upside. Definitely, I would be at break even or taking a partial here in at this liquidity, and I would hold, maybe if you have 2 extra runners, hold them up here and up here if you're in with micros. But I'm looking at the Tesla app. It doesn't tell me when I'm going to get delivery. We have another Tesla, a white Model 3, but it's the old one. So, but I want to be able to drive this thing, you know? It says estimated delivery February of 2025. Tesla plus solar panels, a 10,000 lumen flashlight equals speed of light. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I think honestly, that's probably going to be it. I mean, we're not going to get anything until the FOMC minutes. So again, you guys saw the picture. If you screenshotted it, watch me be correct. Again, I could be obviously wrong, but I'm looking for a manipulation candle above these equal highs, and then a setup down to the data lows. So ultimately, this is my draw. So I wish you guys the best. If you guys are not in the Discord, there is a link. There's a free 3-day trial. So even if you guys don't join it, you can join the stream if you want for this week. I'm going to stream in it on Friday as well. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the Discord. And yeah, I wish you guys the best. Peace.